Hello friends. Oh, and hello Scooby. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to week 5 of Dopey training. Scooby, how did this week go for training? Welcome back to my Going Dope series and welcome to week 5 of training. Wow. Okay, so if you're new here, thank you for checking out my Going Dope series. Every Monday I post a video on my Dopey 2021 training to help keep you motivated for the week ahead and to keep myself accountable, because weeks like this week, sometimes life just gets in the way. So this week, it was really just like a maintenance week. 2 45-minute runs and a 3-mile run, and let me tell you, life this week. I mean, we thought we were gonna get hit with a hurricane at the beginning of the week. I lost my keys one day. Oh, thank you. I lost my keys one day on a day that I had already planned to run. And sometimes you just have life inconveniences like that that just make you wanna rethink the whole day. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into my first run of the week. It was a 45-minute run, and this was my favorite because there was the promise of food at the end. Good morning, welcome to week 5 of Dopey training. This morning is just a quick 45-minute run, and I'm actually running just kind of towards a breakfast place, and then G's gonna pick me up and we're gonna have breakfast. So let's get started. It's hot. We're done. So the weirdest thing happened. I was like 30 minutes in, and then all of a sudden, keeper, runtastic, one of them, it was still giving me like pace audio updates, but it wasn't giving me my intervals anymore. Still maintained under a 12-minute mile, and that's what my goal was today. So we did 4 miles. So I'm ready for breakfast. G was sleeping when I left, and she was supposed to just wake up and get ready and pick me up, and then we were gonna have breakfast, but so far I haven't heard from her. So pray for me, because I'm not running back. Hi, are you gonna pick me up, or do I have to walk all the way back to breakfast? Babe, I think I ran here quicker than it's taking you to pick me up in your car. Hey! So good. Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited. I don't have to run in this neighborhood. Reunited. Gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna name the gimbal Karen because she wildin' out. There are these people that were in the woods where I was running and they were doing weird stuff. Like they had body bags. You think it was some true crime kind of stuff?
They drove their car all inside those bushes.
Can you stop cursing on my channel?
And you still scream.
On the road again. We're gonna go to breakfast. You're gonna feed me some French toast. And I can't really feel my toes. So my second run of the week was supposed to just be a 45-minute run, but it really ended up being like a 25 or 30-minute run. It was just a really stressful morning. I don't know, I lost my keys, like I had to work, like, and you know, you kind of should be planning like your run days out for the most part, and I usually do try to like prep the night before, like make sure I have my running clothes set out and like my shoes and things like that, and the coffee pot is set to go, because you know, if your girl doesn't have coffee before a run, it's rough. But in setting up my stuff, I didn't make sure that I had my keys. So life just got in the way. I was running really behind. To try to Uber from my house to go pick up my keys from my girlfriend, considering I left them in her car, would have cost me like $50-something because I live in the boondocks. So yeah, it was just, my mind was not in it. You guys, I am having a morning. So I had my headphone case inside of my purse, but do you guys remember the other day how G picked me up when I was on my run? Well, I left my headphones inside of her car, not the case, just the headphones. So I was like, okay, that's fine, I have another pair of headphones in my car, so I'll just go grab them. Well, then I realized, oh, I also left my car keys in G's car, and like where we live is like not in town. So my phone is dead and I'm trying to charge my other headphones because of course I left my car unlocked. How responsible. So yeah, I might still go out and run, or I might just run on the treadmill here, but now I'm waiting so I can get a ride into town to get my, I guess I actually can't even get my keys because I can't get back home. So I guess I'm just waiting to go get her car. Oh gosh, what a hot mess. I don't know what's gonna happen with my run this morning. The very next day I decided I wanted to do a little bit of just like speed work. Good morning, friends. So this morning we're just gonna get a quick little sprint interval session in. So I just spent like 20-25 minutes on the treadmill. I warmed up for about 5 minutes or so. Then I did just like an easy little pace, and then I put my treadmill on full blast, like the most it will go, which is not very fast. I mean, I have kind of a cheaper treadmill, so it only goes up to 8 like miles per hour or whatever, but I set it up to the highest, and then I would sprint for 30 seconds and then kind of jump off to the side for 30 seconds, and I repeated that I think 12 or 13 times overall. And then after that I just kind of cooled down a little bit, took it down to like a normal tempo, I guess, and then I walked a little bit and finished up, and that's how I started out my morning. It was great because doing those like high intensity sprints like that I really enjoy, because I know I haven't said it on here in a while. You know what it gets going for me when I do that? Endorphins. You want endorphins too? My 3-mile run of the week, my GoPro is dead, so I didn't take it with me. I caught like a few clips, but it was super dark when I started out. But this was actually a really good run for me. It was my second fastest 5K, so super duper happy. And then I logged my miles for the month of July, and I came in at like 49.5 miles, I think, so just shy of 50 miles for the month of July. I was super proud of that, so that was great. Hopefully you had a great month of July too, and hopefully this week was an amazing week for you. Hopefully you didn't lose your keys like I did. How are your runs going? How is everything? Are you getting hit with this tropical storm? Is it affecting your runs? Let me know. Today I figured it would be super fun if we talked about running for a charity. I actually had kind of searched this to see if there were any other videos about it, because I think that it's super helpful to know about running through a charity, and I didn't see anything. So hopefully if you are interested in running for a charity, this will help you out a little bit. I am wearing my Kelsey's Hope Foundation shirt today because that is the charity that I ran Wine and Dine with last year, the charity that I'm running Dopey 2021 through, and as of this week, I'm also running Star Wars 2021 with Kelsey's Hope Foundation. I'm so excited. Kelsey's Hope Foundation is a 501(c)(3). I've talked about them a little bit before, but basically our fundraising will help to provide gifts and trips to families that have children with cancer. Not only that, but they do help a little bit with research and awareness for childhood cancer. And they provide an annual scholarship for a nursing student or somebody that wants to go into the medical nursing field every single year. The people that I have met through this foundation, and granted, like, I've only done one race with them technically because I was supposed to do Star Wars with them last year and it got canceled, have just been so nice. And I think that the sense of community is one of the absolute best things about running with a charity. So let's go ahead and get into the things that I think you need to know about running with a charity in general. So, everybody knows that race registration days are so stinking stressful. I have not done a race registration in a long time now, but like, I think I have like PTSD from it because it is very, very overwhelming. If you want to kind of avoid that struggle and that hassle with, you know, logging on, making sure you have 500 browsers open, using your laptop, your sister's laptop, your brother's laptop, your kid's laptop, your doggy's iPad. Just kidding, my dogs are spoiled, but they don't have their own iPad. You can actually avoid the entire headache of race registration altogether if you run with a charity, because you can sign up to run a race with that charity before the registration even releases, even before it releases to annual pass holders. So as I mentioned, I am running Star Wars 2021 with Kelsey's Hope Foundation, and they don't open registration for that until next week. No, this week. I think August 6th is annual pass holder, and then I think the 11th is like general. But yeah, so I'm already signed up, good to go with them. G even signed up, so we're ready to go. We're ready, and we didn't have to worry about like making sure we were on the computer at like 10 a.m. Like, we didn't have to open all of the browsers. We know we're gonna sign up with them. We know we're running with them. We know we have guaranteed registration. How do you find a charity to run with? If you just Google RunDisney charities, it'll actually pull up the RunDisney website for you. And it will give you a list of all of the participating charities. So some of them are like Autism Speaks, Dragon Master Foundation, Give Kids the World, American Cancer Society, Racing for Orphans with Down Syndrome, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, the Tourette's Association of America. I mean, there are charities for everything. Whatever you have a connection to or whatever you feel strongly about, you can find a charity to run with and support. The other nice thing about running with a charity is just like this sense of community. I think it's like this with every charity. I could be wrong. Sorry. But I know at least with like Kelsey's Hope, we actually got a bib just from them. We like met up with them prior to like the race itself. We actually met them at the expo. Most of the charities have like a little area at the expo where you can meet up with them and you kind of pick up your race packet with them as well. So you'll still have to get your official race packet through RunDisney, but then you can meet up with your charity and sometimes they'll give you like a little goodie bag. We got like this cute drawstring bag. It had like a note in it, which was like so heartwarming and sentimental, and it just said like, you're helping so many people, thank you so much for making this commitment, which is, it just makes you feel good. And then we got, like I said, this nice little race bib. And the thing that I love about this, and the thing that just really made me fall in love with Kelsey's Hope Foundation, is when you're on the course, you see other people in that bib, and like, I'm definitely a cheerer. That is me 100%. You know, if I see somebody struggling, like, you go girl, you got this. The thing with this is I saw people in these Kelsey's Hope Foundation bibs and I was like, woo, Kelsey's crew, woo, yes. And you'll have other people from Kelsey's Hope Foundation, the runners are called Kelsey's crew. Along the course, they'll see your bib and they're gonna do the same thing to you. They're gonna cheer you on when you're at mile 12 and you don't think you can make it another mile. They're gonna tell you, yes you can. And it's just so nice to have that like automatic sense of community, especially if you are somebody like me and you really are kind of like a solo runner. I mean, Gia's running the half marathon with me, but like overall I'm like a pretty solo runner, and my entire like quote unquote running career I have been a solo runner. So it really is nice to kind of have that sense of community already built in. So if you're nervous about doing a race, if it's your first time doing a race, if your family is totally uninterested in racing and they think that you're crazy for running or anything like that, I definitely recommend a charity, because you can just automatically have somebody there to cheer you on along the way if you need it. We also, in that goodie bag from Kelsey's Hope Foundation, got this absolutely beautiful medal. So beautiful. And it has like representation of Kelsey here with the actual time that it's set at. It says Kelsey's Hope in the middle, and then around it, it actually has like the different races featured, like every race weekend. And gosh, just meeting like the volunteers from Kelsey's Hope and having them give this to us and like share the story of Kelsey, who the foundation was based on, it just makes what you're running for so much more meaningful. If you want to help out, have a sense of community, definitely recommend a charity. How do you pick the right charity for you? So obviously if you have an interest in something, you should pick that. The reason I picked Kelsey's Hope to begin with was because I just had seen so many positive like reviews on them and positive feedback, and I was not interested in like necessarily having my charity fundraising go towards the bib itself plus like a hotel stay. I just wanted to like make sure I had my bib, make sure I did my part to help out, and that was kind of it. Other charities, the money that you raise will actually go towards your race bib and can also go towards like say a couple nights in like the Caribbean beach resort. So when you run with a charity, you actually don't pay a registration fee. Instead, you fundraise in order to meet your bib requirements. So every charity kind of works this a little bit different. I know there are a few charities that do require you to make some kind of like a down payment essentially, or to actually pay for some portion of your bib. Other charities don't require that. So some of them will just say, okay, your goal is to raise $1,200 and we'll cover your bib. So then all of the money that you raise will help go towards that charity for whatever they need or whatever activities they're planning. What RunDisney will do is they will give these charities a certain number of bibs, and instead of paying the registration fee, that's foregone, and instead you just fundraise the money. Some charities have other like perks built in. So you'll raise probably more money. However, included in that, you'll get like a hotel stay for a few days, your race registration. Most of the charities also try to help you with like fundraising. They'll give you ideas. I know like ours has a Facebook group where there's people posting what they're doing to fundraise, things like that. I definitely recommend it. I will say sometimes it can be a little bit stressful to fundraise, you know, and especially if you're doing multiple races through a charity, it can get difficult to kind of ask the same people over and over again, like, hey, I'm running another race, like, you want to contribute? Restaurant fundraisers are a great idea. Making something and kind of selling it is a great idea. So those are all good things to do. Also, depending on what company you work for, sometimes they'll do like donation matching, so definitely look into that. What I recommend is, like, tell everybody you know, every single person you talk to, like, hey, just so you know, I'm running a marathon in January. I'm fundraising for it. You want to contribute? And just keep talking about it. I know it gets to be so stinking annoying, but just keep talking about it, keep sharing the story about it, why you're doing it, and eventually you're gonna raise the funds. And if you ever feel like you're struggling, definitely reach out to the charities and just let them know. What happens if you feel like you're committed to running with a charity, you think you can fundraise the amount, you want that sense of community? How do you actually get in contact with a charity? You can go to that same website that I just showed you after you Google RunDisney charities, and you'll see all of the charities listed are actually links, and that will help take you to whatever charity you're trying to get in contact with. You can email them, or sometimes they'll put like quote unquote tickets up for you to register through Eventbrite, and you just get signed up that way. And it's really great, really nice. And if for some reason you are having difficulties with it, if you go onto our RunDisney Facebook page and you kind of just post a question, hey, does anybody work with, you know, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital charity? They can probably find your comment that way, get linked up with you, and get you signed up. What if you don't meet the fundraising requirement? I know a lot of charities will actually have you put your own credit card information in case you don't meet your fundraising requirement, and then you actually will have to pay the remaining balance. So if you are on a budget, you know, fundraising and going through a charity is a great idea if you're on a budget, but just be aware that if you don't meet the requirements, you are gonna have to hold up your end of this bargain, this agreement, and you are gonna have to pay the rest out of pocket. I know there's a lot of people too that they'll actually sign up to run with a charity, and then they just want like that guaranteed space to run with a charity, and they'll actually pay or donate to their fundraiser what they would have paid to sign up for race registration in general. So, you know, that way you already have, like, say, a fourth of your fundraising done. A lot of charities will have kind of like check-ins, or they'll have deadlines for you should have this much raised by this time. If for some reason you're not meeting that, or say you have a big event planned towards, you know, the end of your fundraising, just let them know. I mean, these people are just happy that you're trying to help out their charity. They get it. So just keep in contact. So how do you actually fundraise and get the money to the charity? What most charities will do is they will find a website of some sort. I know Kelsey's Hope uses First Giving, and you'll just direct people to your fundraising page and they can make the donation right on there. I always have the link to that in my description box if you just want to see what my page looks like, anything like that. Also, if people do give you cash for it, you can just go and make the donation on your page on their behalf. You can do Facebook fundraisers for it as well, or do like a Facebook fundraising page for it. That's always an option. And to do that, you actually just email your charity, or sometimes they'll give you specific instructions, and you'll do the fundraiser on Facebook, let them know, and then they'll be able to kind of get everything synced up. So it's really easy, really nice. I mean, I feel like there's not usually that many like technical issues with it. Totally recommend running with a charity. I think it's a great option for anybody that's on a budget, wants that sense of community, just wants an extra bit of motivation, or if you just want to avoid the hassle of trying to get signed up for a race. Like I said, have loved everybody I have met through my charity. I know that some of the other charities that I see, like, they just look like they vibe so well. Usually at the races, you'll meet up with your charity to get like a quick photo of everybody. Sometimes they'll have separate like race retreat tents for you to hang out in. So it's really, really nice. If you have any more questions about running for a charity, or if you want to actually see my fundraising page, then go ahead and drop me a comment. My fundraising page is always in the description box below if you just want to kind of see what it looks like, or if you would like to make a donation always completely 100% appreciated. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, and that's gonna go ahead and conclude this little How to Run Disney through a charity, and it's also gonna wrap up week 5 of Dopey training. Please don't forget, if you want to check in with me next week, keep me accountable and keep yourself motivated. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and look out for that video posting on Monday. Alright, I'll catch up with you guys next week. Have a great week of runs. Bye!